A lot of you have asked for this one, but do hair oils and serums make your hair stronger? I mean, are they actually even worth using at all? Come shopping with me to find out. Hello and welcome to the world of Craig. Yes, that's me, I'm Craig, and this is my channel where we get into all things hair and sometimes a little bit of beauty. Spring is springing properly. I'm in lilac. We're having a shop up that's all about hair oils and serums, not scalp oils. We covered that in my hair growth serum video, which was here very recently. I have a playlist that's full of shop up videos, so if this is your jam, what am I talking about? Then go and check out that playlist after this. I will link it down below in the description box. But a lot of you have asked to see this video, which is, as I've already said, all about hair oils and hair serums. I would just like to say before we get into having a look around the drugstore / chemist, here in the UK in London, we call them chemists. Wherever you are, you might call them drugstores. I'm sure there are lots of other names for them as well. Hair care is a very personal thing. I always say that at the beginning of all of these videos. It's a very personal thing. I might share something in this video and say that I don't think the formula is that good. Oh yes, there's science. And you might love it and you might love the texture, and that's completely fine. I'm not here to throw shade on anybody. I am just sharing my thoughts on what is in a formula, because sometimes I work with brands in R&D and putting it out there so that people can take it and make it their own. And if, like I said, if you use something and you love it, that's completely fine. So I think that was a long enough intro, wasn't it? Come on, let's go shopping. And just like that, we're back in Boots. Let's see what they've got when it comes to oils and serums. I can already see a few. So she's an icon. She's a hair serum that a lot of you will know. FRIZZY's from John Freida. I have talked a lot about this line. Right down here is the 3-Day Straight, which is a flat out dupe for Colour Wow's Dream Coat. It really is, trust me. Slightly different ingredients list, but it will do the same thing. Has an ingredient in there, polysilicone 9, which semi-permanently coats the hair, which is exactly what FRIZZY's does. Now, these are serums that set the standard, really. We have 3 different sorts. What's really interesting, if I grab the original and the light version, if you look at those ingredients lists, they are exactly the same. I find that interesting. There's an awful lot, let me put those both down and pick up the original. There's an awful lot of perfume in these. They're very heavily fragranced. 2 different sorts of dimethicone, one with a heavier molecular weight and a lighter molecular weight. And then we have natural oils. We've got, kernel oils, coconut oil, moringa seed oil. It's impossible, really almost impossible, for the nutrients of these oils to penetrate the hair if they're mixed with dimethicone. So this is really a purely dimethicone smoothing hair serum. Dimethicone is not the devil, and if you have very textured hair and you find that it's very prone to humidity and you can't, find it tricky to smooth out and you want it to stay smoother, this will semi-permanently coat the hair. It washes out. These products, they've got a lot of bad rep from the hair professionals saying that they build up on the hair. They do not. They do shampoo out. And if you're worried about them building up, you can use a clarifying shampoo. But a really great place, a really great place to start, because they do what they say on the package, although they are all the same formula regardless of the different strengths. But yeah, it's a great product. It's been around a long time, and a lot of you may have used it. If you've used this and you use it now and you enjoy it, let me know in the comments. But yeah, FRIZZY's, John Freida, great products, great line. New from OGX. Now I haven't used any of this line, but I think I got an email from the PR about it. And this is new to the line. Bond Protein Repair Sealing Serum. Repair and protect, 8% bond complex. We'll see about that. And I know that OGX is a very popular line. If you've used any of the line, let me know if there's anything you really like, because I haven't tried any of it, as I said. Up to 5 times stronger hair, even after 5 washes. Little asterisks. What does that mean? So we've got, they're talking about the 5 times stronger hair here. If you use all of the line, okay? If you use all of the line, it's all protein based. Protein is not bad for the hair. These products will be balanced with protein and moisture. It's impossible to over proteinize the hair with modern products. People get very upset about over proteinizing. It's not a thing anymore. So this is a really interesting formula. The writing is so tiny. It's a very interesting formula. It's dimethicone, silicone, amidimethicone free. This has vegetable protein in it. It's got hydrolyzed keratin in it. What else have we got in here? We've got glycerin really high on the list, which is very moisturizing, so that will balance the protein. There is a truckload of fragrance. It's really fragrance, which people can be allergic to. But this is actually a really good, it's got citric acid to balance pH. It's got some other ingredients that really help to balance pH. So if you're looking for a serum that is going to improve the structure of the hair, I think bonding is a bit of a push, it's a bit of a leap, but it's going to help to fill in the gaps of the hair where the hair might be weaker. This would be really good. It's on offer at the moment, half price, £6.60. Yeah, not bad at all. So it's hard to say how much of that would actually go into the hair, but what I can be sure of is that this Rescue Fusions, which is the coconut oil and argan, it's very hard to read that label, 24-hour frizz control, smooth and sleek oil, is not going to penetrate into your hair. There's a lot of controversy on the tinterweb that, you know, things like coconut oil, a lot of people like to, you know, sleep in coconut oil. My hands are so dry, I've been shampooing a lot, I apologise. You know, and a lot of these other oils in here, we've got seed butters, we've got another kernel oil there, we've got wheat germ oil. Wheat germ oil is lovely, actually, it's a lovely texture, but the molecular weight of those oils are not going to rescue anyone's hair because they're just slippery. So if you want something that's just slippery, shiny, this is sealed. Oh no, it's not sealed, but I'm not going to open it because that would be wrong. But if you want something that's slippery or shiny, you know, and helps to smooth the surface of the hair, then that's cool. But this is not, that's not actually going to penetrate the hair and make it strong. And I think that's a common misconception with oils and with, you know, serums and stuff like that, like things that are silicone based, although that's not, that is silicone free, they're not going to actually do anything to the internal structure. They're working on the surface. 24-hour frizz control. Now, it's been quite savaged, the Elvive aisles. We have to talk about a bit of Elvive. Maybe it's savaged by the children that are running around the store screaming. Yes, it's the Easter holidays. Well, I've just found this Frizz Killer Serum. Now, interestingly, this kind of not proves a point, but it demonstrates something to you with formulas. So this is up to 230 heat protection, tames static hair, long frizzy hair. This is good for any hair. Your hair doesn't need to be long. They're just marketing it to people with long hair because it's part of the Dream Length line, okay? This writing on here is incredibly strong, incredibly small, but up here we have a copolymer. Now, copolymers are very similar to dimethicone in that they temporarily coat the hair to make it silky, soft and manageable and very sleek. So this doesn't have any dimethicone or amidimethicone, but it's using this copolymer. In this formula, if I can read that writing, there's also wheat protein, but because of the copolymer, I doubt that the wheat protein would actually penetrate the hair. Then there are other things in here, other oils further down. The writing is so tiny, even with my glasses, it's incredibly hard to read that. So yeah, we've got soy protein as well. And then we've got a seed butter. I did it. But, you know, this is great for the surface of the hair, to smooth it, make it manageable, make it slippery and silky. But it's not really going to do anything for the internal structure of the hair because the copolymer, which is what you're kind of seeing really in this container, you're seeing a lot of that because it's high on the ingredients list. Where is it? High on the ingredients list. So this is going to make your hair slippery, but it's not really going to build the hair up. But the ingredients list is great, and if you really don't want to use anything with silicone, go for this. I did just spot this on its own, this Elvive Extraordinary Oil. Hold on, I mean, look at the state of this display. I want to tidy it all up, but I'm not going to. Midnight Serum Precious Camellia Oil. I think that might be on the dupes list for when I finally get round to, probably quite soon, making the Kerastase dupes video, because I think they have a nighttime serum that has camellia oil in it. You see? Very briefly, I've moved over to the styling aisle, good old Elnet there, and OGX is over here too. Did you know that to be in a drugstore, pharmacy, chemist like this, they will have paid for this premium spot here because it's an eye line, and they're in two places in Boots here in the chemist. So it's interesting because you don't get anything for free here in Boots. You have to pay to get real premium spots like that. Interesting, just to bear that in mind when you're out shopping. Now this from Wella is their deluxe rich oil, dry hair, up to 3 days of intense smoothing and shine with a nourished feel, weightless and non-greasy. That's the clue here. This does contain a silicone, but a very clever one really, and that's, let's go for it. And it is cyclopentasiloxane, okay? That's a tricky one to say, put your teeth in. And that is a very lightweight silicone, that, because this is a dry oil texture. So if you have finer hair that has a tendency to have texture to it, this might be a good one for you. There's dimethiconol as well in here, which is a very light form of dimethicone. Alcohol, please don't be scared of alcohol in hair products. That is helping this to have a dry down so it doesn't feel heavy on the hair. There's a lot of fragrance in here, as there often is in these products. Remember, anyone can be allergic to fragrance, sensitive. Then you have your coconut oils, etc., etc., your seed oils. What's the other one here? Oh, it's got camellia in it as well, which is interesting. That's used a lot in hair care because it's very light. And it has a cross polymer in here as well, which helps to semi-permanently coat the hair, if you like. But this is, you know, again, it's something that really works on the surface of the hair to help to keep it smooth and glossy, but it's not going to make the hair strong internally. But, you know, that's what you might want. Whilst we're over here in the styling, let's have a little look at hot oils. Now, these are something I know people use, and I know a lot of people like to apply oil to their hair, warm it up, apply different sorts of oils like coconut oil, different, you know, fruit oils and seed oils, and sleep in it overnight with the thinking it's going to make the hair strong molecularly internally. These oils do not have any effect on the structure of the hair. Please don't think that they will. If you like using them and you enjoy them, then that's completely fine. It's the old rosemary oil scenario as well. It's just misinformation. But let's have a look at what's in this. So this will make your hair feel very slippy and silky, but it's not going to make it strong. So we have, let's have a look through here. We've got all at the top here, in the top line, they're all things that are basically slippery. Then we've got a lot of perfume. Then we've got polyquaternium 10 here. Oh, is my phone ever going to focus? That is something that basically makes the hair very slippery. It's used in a lot of leave-in styling products. Castor oil. We've got keratin, which isn't going to penetrate the hair when it's in this kind of a base. It really very superficial. We've got panthenol, which makes the hair very slippery. Then we've got other kernel oils, etc., etc. What's right down the bottom there? Then we've got some other seed oils and some preservative. If you like using things like this and you enjoy the experience, like putting a face mask on, or, you know, anything, covering yourself in lots of rich body cream because it makes you feel all cocooned, that's a good word, cocooned, then that is fine. But please don't get this on the fact that it's going to be nourishing, intensive treatment for damaged hair. You're much better off spending money on something that has a patented ingredient that's innovative and using it less often. So do you remember I was talking about that cyclopentasiloxane? There you go, I did it. Well, that's in this fine hair oil from Rehab, or just Rehab I think this line's called. There's a TV presenter here in the UK called Stacey Solomon. I think she invested money into this. I don't know very much about the line at all. I know that their SKU is this kind of like individual dosing capsules. The ingredients, very interestingly, are sealed, so I can't get to those, and I'm not going to open that because that's wrong. But I'll just pop them on the screen for a second so you can have a look. I will also mention $28.50. I mean, she's quite spenny. It's quite expensive. Now this is the fine hair oil, which each dose contains a light blend of sweet almond oil, camellia and jojoba oil with a dry touch texture. So that's those light silicones. Here, pop them on screen. It has two different sorts of silicone in it, and they're both very light in texture, so it has that dry finish. But what I think is a bit of a reach is it nourishes and restores. No, this will make your hair feel very slippy, which is great, with a very, very light texture. There are other ones for different textures of hair. But you know, for $28.50, I think there are other things that cost less. It's interesting that this indie brand is in Boots. That's great. Big up to Rehab for getting into Boots because that's really tricky. We've got curly hair oil as well. We have just hair oil, and then we have scalp oil, matcha scalp oil. I'd probably quite like to try that. But again, the ingredients are covered, so I can't tell you what's in it. But yeah, a lot of money for something that's really only going to make the hair very slippery. Swiftly, very briefly, I'm over in the kinky, curly, coily, textured human being hair section. There isn't a lot in the way of oil, And everything that I've spoken about in the video, or am speaking about in the video, will be good if you enjoy the texture of it for textured kinky coily curly hair because of the dimethicones and the oils. It will make it slippy, etc. But hair care is a very personal thing. So it's about textures that you enjoy and what works best for your hair and its texture. I will just say very briefly, they do have over here in Cantu this rosemary and mint plus biotin. Biotin applied topically to anything is not going to make your hair strong. This is a scalp and hair oil. I do talk in a recent video about rosemary. It's not going to make your hair grow. If you enjoy it, go for it. But just so that we're clear on that. Back on the floor for a bit of bedhead. Always good for a formula that's packed full of chemicals. Effective, I'm sure this is incredibly effective. And if you don't want something that's natural, you know, because natural is not always what it seems and is not always going to be better. But this is basically acrylics and copolymers and things that coat the hair temporarily, semi-permanently to keep out moisture and to keep your hair smooth. There's so many acrylics and copolymers in here that you could probably stand outside in the rain in this. Not saying that you could because I haven't used it and it's got a lot of perfume in there, but yeah, bedhead is delivering on the side of chemicals and probably very effective. Just got slightly sidetracked by these new hair glosses from Schwarzkopf. Interesting, everyone's getting into it. Basically coloured conditioners. Would you like me to look at these more? There's going to be lots of comments of yes, isn't there? Beige blonde, light brown, cacao brown. Really beautiful packaging. Apparently got coconut oil and then last up to 6 shampoos. They are basically coloured conditioners. I love the Colour Fresh ones myself, but there you go. So we're back where we started. Lots and lots of oils and serums in here, but we need to have a chat about what we've seen. So let's go back to mine. Lots of wonderful things in the drugstore / chemist. Do you have a favourite hair oil or hair serum? Do you? I would love to know in the comments. These videos are great because all you lovely human beings share with me your favourites, and that's fantastic. Just like to mention that I can't give you a specific product that I think will be fantastic for your hair because as I explained at the beginning of this video, hair care is so personal. I have so many things that I love and that I use in salon that are both from the drugstore and also professional, but I might recommend it to you and you might not like it at all. So it's a very tricky situation to recommend things remotely without actually seeing and feeling and touching your hair. What have we learned from this video? We have learned that really, to be honest, you know, the sort of the baseline is that serums and hair oils and hair serums, they're not really going to make the hair strong. They're about semi-permanently coating the hair and helping with texture, helping with shine, helping with smoothness, helping keep humidity out. All of those things are great. Also heat protecting, not all of them offer heat protection, so I would check. But using things like dimethicone and some natural oils that can also give you heat protection. So, you know, they're really good. They're great products and they're great things to have in your routine if you are doing a lot of styling and mechanical things to your hair, because that will stop your hair from being so damaged. And that's always a good thing in my book. Yes. If you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful, you know exactly what to do. You sharing this with a friend or liking it helps to push my content out on this crazy wild west of algorithms, which is what digital platforms are all about. And at the end of the day, my content is all about you, yes, you, having the best hair that you can without having to spend a load of money to get there. You'll take lots of care. Huge thank you for watching this, and I'll see you all in the next one.